20 signs a married woman wants to cheat with you. Contrary to commonly held beliefs, numerous women possess substantial sexual desires. Regrettably, after transitioning into marital roles, many of these women experience a decline in their sexual activity. This phenomenon often leads to married women seeking extramarital affairs when their intimate needs remain unfulfilled. Naturally, they must exercise caution in choosing potential partners, as engaging with the wrong person could jeopardize their marriage. It's possible that you might be the suitable individual in this scenario. You sense that a married woman might be interested in you intimately, but you're not entirely certain and wish to avoid any potential conflict with her spouse by refraining from flirting. If you observe several of the following indicators, you can be reasonably confident that a married woman is expressing a desire to engage in a sexual encounter with you. 1. She will wear sexy clothes around you. When a woman chooses to dress provocatively, it can signify her openness to sexual advances. Such attire is often worn with the intention of capturing a man's attention. After marriage, many women tend to adopt a more modest style of dressing as a way to showcase their commitment to the marital bond. However, if a married woman begins donning alluring ensembles specifically in your presence, it becomes a distinct indication of her desire to engage in a sexual relationship with you. Take note if she consistently presents herself in her finest attire during your encounters, especially in contrast to her appearance when in the company of others, as this pattern can serve as conclusive evidence of her intentions. 2. She openly talks about sex. A clear indication that a married woman is interested in a sexual relationship with you is when she engages in conversations about intimate matters. By broaching this topic, her aim is to elicit arousal within you. While it's possible that she could simply be an individual who is candid about such discussions, the question arises as to why she would be particularly forthcoming with you. This behavior likely suggests her desire to stoke your desire for her. 3. She will ask you out for casual lunch dates. When a married woman takes on an assertive stance, she might propose a casual lunch rendezvous with you. Opting for lunch instead of dinner is strategic, as her husband is typically occupied with work during that period, whereas evenings are devoted to family meal preparations. Furthermore, she may suggest hosting the gathering at her own residence while her husband is absent, which could indicate that she envisions the possibility of moving things to the bedroom if you were to initiate any advances. 4. She talks badly about her sex life. Typically, married women tend to conceal their dissatisfying sexual experiences. However, if a married woman confides in you about her unfulfilling sex life, it's a subtle indication that she desires you to grasp the underlying message. Essentially, she is communicating, "Can you assist me in experiencing pleasure once more?" This essentially designates you as the chosen one. 5. She's always complaining about her husband. This represents a parallel manifestation of the prior indicator, albeit directed toward an alternate focus, her husband. Consider this: there exists no logical justification for her to divulge the fact that her husband is neglecting their intimate connection, unless, naturally, she harbors a desire for you to assume that role. Irrespective of the scenario, mature married women who find themselves devoid of sexual contentment from their spouses tend to be more receptive to advances. 6. She shares intimate details of her love life with you. She certainly isn't obligated to showcase her expertise or reveal her preferred sexual positions in your presence. Married women who openly discuss their sexual experiences tend to be more approachable when it comes to intimate encounters, primarily because, in many instances, the underlying motive behind sharing such personal intricacies is rooted in a desire to engage in a sexual relationship with you. 7. She flirts with you. Considering the societal expectation that wives are committed exclusively to their spouses, a married woman's advances should ideally be directed solely towards her husband. However, if you observe her displaying flirtatious behavior, it's a strong indication of her attraction towards you. Moreover, her intentions to pursue a physical relationship or engage in an affair become even more apparent if she pursues you with assertiveness. 8. She wants to have alone time with you. Due to her marital status, it's reasonable that she would avoid any indiscretions in public settings. Instead, she'll aim to create opportunities for private interactions with you, minimizing the risk of arousing suspicion. Therefore, be attentive to the signals she gives when suggesting you visit her home, particularly when her husband and children are absent. 9. She often invites you to her place. Have you found yourself at that uncomfortable dinner where her husband's evident animosity towards you raises eyebrows? More often than not, his negative sentiments are well-founded, likely stemming from his observation that your connection with his wife goes beyond mere friendship. It's essential to tread carefully, as the circumstances could lead to an intimate encounter with her while he's away at work, perhaps even on the very table you shared that awkward dinner. 10. She would add sexual innuendos to every conversation. Engaging in a bit of risque humor occasionally, particularly among men, is generally harmless. Nevertheless, when a married woman introduces a sexual innuendo into a conversation, it's a clear indication that she's subtly conveying her interest. Responding in kind to these jests can be an effective way to gauge her intentions, but it's important to proceed with caution. Allow the conversation to evolve naturally without pushing too hard, as excessive sexual talk might cause her to become guarded once more. 11. She compliments your body. It's rather evident that she's been taking notice of your physique, particularly when she offers compliments in that regard. Furthermore, she might even express her attraction more directly by stating something along the lines of how appealing your rear end is or using a similar remark. 12. She would make excuses to talk to you. When married women hold an interest in a man, they tend to find reasons to engage in conversation. Often, they take the initiative by seeking a favor or assistance. If she happens to be your coworker, she might pose seemingly straightforward work-related queries. If you notice her frequently seeking your assistance exclusively, it's likely a pretext to communicate with you. In essence, she could be biding her time to initiate a more significant interaction. 13. She says, "Why didn't she met you earlier? Why haven't our paths crossed earlier?" This line is a timeless classic, and its meaning couldn't be more apparent. If a married woman utters these words or something akin to them, she's unmistakably grappling with regrets about her marital situation. The initial allure of her union may have waned, prompting thoughts about the potential for better choices. Her desire to engage in a sexual relationship with you is evident, yet her conscience serves as a barrier. At this juncture, your task involves steadily heightening the sexual tension, ultimately leading to a successful outcome in due time. For more comprehensive guidance, refer to strategies on how to flirt with a married woman to establish both sexual and emotional connections. 14. She stays close to you. Human beings instinctively hold their personal space in high regard. Consequently, an additional unmistakable indicator that a married woman is inclined towards a sexual encounter with you is when she maintains proximity. This behavior serves as compelling evidence of her ease in your presence, suggesting a probable preference for intimacy with you over her husband. If you observe her consistently choosing to sit beside you, despite having numerous other seating options available, it strongly implies her attraction towards you. 15. She keeps you a secret from her husband. When a married woman holds a sexual attraction towards you, she's likely to keep your connection concealed from her spouse. This inclination stems from her subconscious recognition of her desire to engage in a sexual relationship with you. She aims to maintain secrecy around the possibility of an affair. Your task involves demonstrating your willingness for intimate encounters and assuring her of your ability to maintain discretion. 16. She starts to whisper in your ear. It's highly improbable for any married woman to murmur something explicitly sexual into your ear unless her intention is to pursue an affair with you. When she leans in close and breathes into your ear while alluding to risque fantasies, her aim is to arouse your interest and potentially kindle a connection beyond the platonic. 17. She makes time for you. A woman content within her marital relationship will prioritize her family, leaving little room for your presence. However, if she's emotionally available to you, it suggests she could be anticipating your advances. It's important not to prolong her wait, as her availability may be temporary due to other commitments. 18. She sends you naughty messages. Initially, she might send harmless greetings as a way to gauge the situation. As you both become more comfortable, she'll gradually escalate and send suggestive messages during nighttime conversations. She might even playfully send what appear to be accidental flirtatious selfies. Once you start receiving these kinds of messages from a married woman, it becomes evident that she's seeking a more intimate connection. 19. She will ask about your daily routine. Given her familial responsibilities, her available time is limited. Prior to initiating any flirtation, she could attempt to align her daily routine with yours, perhaps even discreetly coordinating schedules. While this isn't a definitive indicator that a married woman desires a sexual encounter, it does suggest that she may be discreetly strategizing to potentially connect with you intimately. 20. She touches you or herself in intimate places. There's hardly a more powerful indication of her desire for a sexual encounter than when she engages in intimate touching, either on herself or on you. So, what's holding you back? If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new facts. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.